Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is the Bishop, the tier 5 British SPG. This one's located on the eastbourne of Airfield and it's under the command of hossballs. Well, the game started, but he's not moving. Oh, he is moving now. And oh dear, we've got that problem that Wargaming didn't fix back then. No tracks running, but anyway, we can enjoy the game anyway without the engine noise and without the tracks. The Bishop was actually built between 1942 and 1943. It's armed with a 4.5-inch howitzer capable of doing 450 alpha and penetrating 28mm of armour. It does have a rather quick reload. Standard reload is 12.37 seconds, and it is capable of penetrating 28mm, but the thing is that it does actually have a short range. It's actually based on the hull of the Valentine tank, which means it's got a very strong hull, but the cupola, well, not cupola, the casement which contains the howitzer is very light, thin skinned, so it is vulnerable to tank rounds. First shot hits the Panzer IV Ausrung H and does some damage, but not a lot. Okay, he's loaded another 1.5, and then this time he hits the VK3001P. 131 hit points from him. Going for the Churchill 1 this time. Dialed in very tight, so that's a good shot. He got 195 off that one. That was a very useful one. And he's about to do the same. Rounds out. Oh! Unfortunately, the target expired before the shell reached this, so he didn't get anything off that one. They only produced 149 Bishops. It was actually a stopgap artillery. They designed and built it, even though they were going to get some M7 priests from the Americans. Oh, that didn't work out too well. The Cromwell just lost his turret to an M10 RBFM. Yes, Britain actually decided to buy some M7 priests from the Americans because they needed artillery. Oh my god, the same thing's happened to the Stug 3 Aslains G. He just got wiped out by an Amarak as well. Okay, rounds out on the 40 TT, direct hit, 194. He's a one shot now. So can we get a round into him? Lining him up, rounds out, pulls away, but yes, I might have to take control of the camera because hossballs does sometimes like to pull away from the target after he shoots. That's a kill. He got that one, landed it on the engine deck, so that guy's out of the game. He's got his second kill of the game, rather. Yes, it was only a stopgap artillery. They only needed artillery for the Desert Rats, in actual fact. And they were going to buy some M7 priests. In fact, I think they did actually buy some M7 priests. But the problem was they needed the 105mm ammunition for that. And unfortunately, the British tended to use the 25-pounder ammunition, which is considerably different. And so, in the end, they decided to build their own Arty, and they designed and built the Sexton. In fact, it was built in Canada. And they used those because they carried the 25-pounder howitzer, which was much better because they only had to carry one type of ammunition. So the Bishop actually ended up being used by the Desert Rats both in the desert and on the Italian campaign as they went up the backbone of Italy, and you can often see pictures of Bishops in Italy working together in pairs. Now it's got an interesting tank because once they actually could increase the range by placing the Bishop on an upslope, which will point the howitzer at the sky, and that would increase and give you a little more range because the howitzer itself couldn't elevate within the casement that well. Now you only get 39 rounds of ammunition. He's already down to 21. He's trying to get a shot on that Achilles. He's lined him up, fires a round in, and Yes, didn't work. But there's a Strip 74 there, and I think he can probably hit that guy. Lines it up. Rounds out. That's a kill. 56. That's his third kill of the game. His team are only down by 1 at the moment. Okay, he's gone back to aiming for that Achilles. Now, the Bishop usually carried a trailer towed behind the tank, and that's normally a very bad thing to do. If you ever see David Fletcher's lectures, he would say putting trailers behind tanks was an incredibly bad thing, because of course the trailer could actually then subsequently cause problems for the tank. But the reason the Bishop had to carry a trailer was it couldn't carry enough ammunition, so it needed a trailer to carry all the spare ammo. And what would happen is they parked the Arty up where they were going to use it for firing, and the driver would get out and he'd run round the back, disconnect the trailer, load up all the, or open up all the doors for the ammunition, and then he'd put the spare ammo, or take them out one by one, put them on the engine deck of the Bishop, and then the loader would take the rounds off the engine deck and then load them into the breech, whilst the gunner operated the gun and the commander told everyone what to do. So basically the driver had really 2 tasks, and although they don't actually say that in the game, the driver would normally be helping the ammo. Well, that was a direct hit on the P43 there, and he's now going for the Achilles. He's styling in. Rounds out. Direct hit! Wiped him out! The 88 actually helped there by holding that Achilles in place. And now we're going for the P43. It's the lock face. That guy's managed to push past the Achilles. I was holding the in free cam for a moment because I didn't want the hossballs to pull back and not give us a sign of what's going on, but I think hossballs is now going to be following this one, mainly because he wants that kill. Rounds out. Oh, yeah. Well, that one didn't hit, but this one might. Come on, rounds out. And he does get the kill shot. Unfortunately, we lost the 88 to the P43, but the P43 expired when hossballs round hit the back of him, and that's 5 kills now, and there's only 3 left on the enemy team, and that's a M10 RBFM, the guy who killed one of our tanks, the Gorilla, and their Fifi. They've got a 105 left H18B2. Now, if I remember correctly, that M10 has been quite deadly to our team because he's actually been hunting them down one by one as they went up onto the onto Temple Mount, which is right in the middle of the map. We know that the M10 was seen towards the south, but I think what hossballs is doing now is he's waiting in ambush for any of the enemy to come to our cap area. There's only 2 left on our team. We've also got a Fifi, and you can see at the moment he's down in the south, so if the enemy does come up that way, we'll know. hossballs is going to set up a little ambush, and hopefully if this works, he could end up with the Radley Waters. He needs to get all 3 kills though. He can't do it with just 2, but he would get a top gun if he gets 1 more kill. It's a very, very good position to be in though. You can see them coming, but there's a bush directly in front of him, so they can't see him. Hopefully he'll be able to get a quick shot in before they get up into the cap area. But the 4.5-inch howitzer is particularly deadly if you do actually go to shotgun mode. Oh, and here comes the first customer, and he spotted us because he got close enough, and that means any second now the enemy Arty, the Fifi, is going to be firing. But that Gorilla's going to get a shotgun momentarily. That's the, you can just hear the round coming in from the enemy Arty, and it sounded like he just fired a heat round at us, but he hit the cliff face instead. Any second now he'll fire again, except we're going to go and try and kill the Gorilla this time. We've got the rock face protecting us, Oh, the gorilla hit us, but now he's reloading. So we can go in and take him out with a direct hit to the face. And another heat round. That's a kill. Oh, we just blocked a shot, and that was an AP round, I think. No, it's a heat round. We just blocked a heat round, which probably hit the tracks, and so we've survived that attempt because we only had 7 hit points left. We've lost our loader, and he hasn't hit his health button yet, his first aid to get his loader back in. He needs to do that. Otherwise, his reload is going to be really long. I don't think he spotted that. I really don't think he spotted the fact that his loader's gone down. He's got a first aid kit. Use it. He's changing position to avoid enemy fire. There's the M10. Okay, so we know where he is now. Oh, he just gave away his position. In fact, the enemy Fifi's going after our Fifi. And their M10 is spotting for, yeah, their Fifi. And he's just killed him. Oh, and we failed with that shot. But we might be able to get him with the next one. Except he has finally put the loader back in. Oh, and he just killed the M10. He got him, so he's not only got his top gun, he's now got 7 kills. He got the top gun when he killed the gorilla. Now it's the enemy Fifi. And this is where it gets fun, because that Fifi has got almost a faster fire rate than the Bishop. So he's waiting for the Fifi to turn up so he can drill a hole in him. And if he does, he ends up with a Radley Walters. The Fifi has only got 2 kills, so he's not that great. He did take out our Fifi, but that was only because our guy was sitting still and he didn't move about. And the reason he didn't move about was because the M10, he didn't want to get hit by that guy. But it was a very bad move, and we've been spotted. So the enemy Fifi is close. Now, where is he? Now, look for any destruction of buildings, anything like that will give a clue as to where the enemy is. If he could see us, he must be fairly close, because we were in a nicely hidden position. Is he down here somewhere? Hossballs does love this Bishop. It's a fun Arty to play. Same gun as the on the Burt. We've had our 2-minute warning. This game is going to end very, very shortly, one way or the other. I think it'd be a good idea to go close to the edge and see where he is. It's too late now for the enemy to cap out. They have to kill or be killed. No. We didn't get a proximity from going close to that cliff to our right, so he's not up there. He's not in the pocket. I think he's probably down in the south. Our view range is only 250 meters. There he is! Now, come on, hossballs, you can do this. He gets a hit. That's 1. We were spotted, so he'll probably try and take a pot shot at us now. Okay, line it up. You know where he is. The rock's actually protecting him there, but and he hit the rock face. Yeah. You're going to have to reacquire him now to get an accurate shot. There he is again. Another hit. 147 this time. Here's a 1 shot now. Come on, you can do it. Yes! Wins the game! And the Radley Walters for hossballs in the Bishop. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for hossballs in the Bishop. He got a demolition expert because he blew up one of the enemy vehicles. Also got a counter battery fire medal for taking out both enemy Artys, the Gorilla and the Fifi. And he got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 15. But best of all, he picked up a Radley Waters medal for killing 8 enemy vehicles in total, as well as a Starks medal for killing 2 enemy vehicles, taking at least 2 hits from the enemy and losing at least 2/3 of his hit points and still surviving the battle. As well as that, another Spartan medal for him for surviving when he had surviving a ricochet or non-penetrating shot when he had less than 10% of his hit points remaining, as well as a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And he got a top gun as well for getting at least 6 kills. His win rate from that one was 18,761, a very high score indeed, and exceptional play in the Bishop. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, definitely got the highest damage, 2,834 out of that one. The next highest scorer was the Fifi on our team, who got 1,837. And the third highest damage in the game turned out to be the enemy Hellcat with 1,614. When it came to kills though, it was hossballs all the way, 8 kills for him. The next highest scorer was the M10 RBFM on the enemy team. He only had half as many kills, he only had 4, and 3 kills went to the Hellcat on the enemy team, and they're 88. When it came to base XP, he's got that one as well, so he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,209 went to hossballs, 969 went to the 88, and 748 went to the Fifi on the enemy team. He fired 36 rounds of ammunition, so he only had 3 rounds spare at the end of the game. 15 direct hits on the enemy, 2 penetrations and 23 splash. Damage of 2,834 hit points, of which 1,709 were at more than 300 meters. The rest were fairly close shots, both on that Gorilla and on that M10 RBFM. He received 2 hits. One was penetration, one was the non-penetration. I think it was very lucky with that non-pen, because that was the shot from the enemy Fifi, which hit the side of the vehicle, and I think it hit the tracks. And it was a 350 hit point hit. And the thing is, this vehicle only has 460 in total anyway, and he'd already taken 1 hit, and then he took another one. Yes, he could have been out of the game at that point. He blocked 350, that was the heat round. 2 enemy vehicles were spotted, 11 enemy vehicles were damaged, 8 were killed, 168 hit points of damage assistance. On a free player count, he earned 32,064 credits from the game, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 20,798 credits profit, 1,209 base XP, and no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away. So congratulations on another Radley Waters. Very, very well played indeed. In fact, I can see why you like the Bishop, because you get great results with it. Yes, I know you've got your own special way of aiming, which means that sometimes you look away after you shoot, but we'll try and cope with that in the future. Yes, very good game indeed, and I'm glad it all turned out well for you in the end. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.